Could wisdom from a forest actually help you lose weight? I think that it could, but it's a different type of wisdom. It's not just a list of bullet points that you can check off. It's definitely deeper than that. I grew up in northern Wisconsin, just outside the Menominee Reservation, and one of my scout leaders was a gentleman who is widely respected in that community. And he'd be leading us through the woods, and we'd come out on a clearing, and all of a sudden he'd tell all the kids, I want you to go find me a lucky clover, all right? And he'd get 20 Boy Scouts all crawling around on the ground looking to find a 4-leaf clover. And he'd just be standing there, and, initially everybody's excited, everybody's looking, and then, the minutes are going on. Maybe this took 5 minutes. People kind of losing their enthusiasm. All of a sudden, he just walks over and he picks one right out of the grass. Every time, I saw this a dozen times. And I was always thinking, like, is this for real? Like, did he know it was there the whole time? And I don't think so. I think this person was just very thoughtful, very patient, extremely observant. And I think there's just a lot of value to stepping back and looking at the big picture. I think this just so clearly shows, sometimes we can miss the forest for the trees. Sometimes we need to step back and look at everything together. This is what I think has happened in our society with weight loss. So many people trying to lose weight, and so many people so zoomed in. People are dialing in how many calories, what exactly food, what diet, what macronutrients, what exercise, what supplements are you taking? Is that we're so focused on these things that we haven't stepped back, and we're missing the whole purpose of what all this is about anyway. I think coming to a place like this, I think we can start to reconnect to it. This land was inhabited by native peoples for literally thousands of years. And it's hard to imagine exactly what it's like to live in that kind of culture. Growing up, I had the opportunity on 2 occasions to observe some native ceremonies. So I feel like I got just a tiny glimpse of what that's like. But you just think about it, no infrastructure, no tractors, no gasoline, and people thriving here. And I think all people throughout all time, everybody's got their issues and their struggles. But one thing that's clear to me, sitting in a space like this, okay, the native peoples that were here were not struggling with obesity or type 2 diabetes. I think this is just such a powerful observation to make, since this is just the core problem that we're facing in our society. Well, here's a society that was here and thriving that didn't have these issues. What were they doing? Okay, they are deeply connected to nature and the cycles of the natural world in a way that we are so far away from. We've disconnected ourselves from the natural world. We're not running our bodies in the way that they're designed to be run. And when we start doing that, and now we're getting to the root cause of the problem. This is definitely what we need to focus on. I wonder, what would it be like if we had our own indigenous weight loss guide? Someone coming back from just turning the dial back a bit. Someone who, you look at this tree. This tree is probably 300 years old. So this tree was probably providing shade to people here before there was even a United States. And so what if we could bring someone back? What would they tell us about our culture? What kind of a perspective could they give us? I think they would tell us that you can fast, that you can reduce the number of times that we're eating, the amount we're eating. I think they would let us know the body is strong and resilient and capable. And this energy that we have, the body fat, it's a resource. It's there to power us. And we can use it anytime that we choose to. I think they would tell us to do that. And then take every other good thing and filter it through that process. You know, the exercise, the being active and moving in healthy ways. Eating only the things that come from the earth in a natural way. I'm sure they'd tell us that. These are the things that you can feel when you're out in nature and connecting to it, that this is where we belong. This is what we need to learn from. Now you might say, okay, I hear what you're saying. I even like it. I wish I could do it, but I'm not a native person. I'm not living out in the woods. You know, we're in this context, and the reality is that I struggle so much with feeling hungry, and I just can't do what you're saying. Okay, I hear you, and I really want to help you with that. Check this next video out.